Okay, and we are in game. Team Aces against those homies. Left side of the spectator UI, bottom side of the minimap, we have Team Aces. Zekker playing Hercules in the solo lane, Wiggles Debay playing Robin in the jungle, Outlaw playing Thoth in the mid lane, Heart QQ on Fafnir as support, and Lado on Rama in the duo lane.
And on the right side, the spectator UI, top side of the map, we have those homies. Iceman and Mashy making up the duo lane of Scotty and Ganesh. Fireball in the middle lane with Scotty. Marble in the jungle is Hoonbots. And Horrify on the Sun Wukong.
Now, we were talking about this during the break, but Zekker likes to go for this early start with the gank in the mid lane. So it'll be interesting to see how those homies react and adapt to this possibility. Hercules does have quite a bit of kill potential at level 1.
Yeah, if he gets a driving strike on someone without beezing, basically a free kill, honestly. I wonder if Marble has upgraded an ability yet, or Fireball, because that's actually pretty interesting. Marble has not chosen an ability yet. So if he does, if he were to get driving strike, he'd be perfectly fine.
Fireball does have the Stellar Burst.
Yeah, it's really risky. I don't know about that. They did place 2 early wards, though. I still think Zek's just going to walk through the bottom side. That's what he likes to do, it seems like. He doesn't care that there's wards.
Correct. And, well, Horrify is actually going to be there to spot him out and hit him with the cudgel.
Yeah, I don't think Zek's leaving, though.
Yeah,
it
Zek,
doesn't look like.
He hasn't leveled an ability yet, so it'll be interesting to see what he does. He pops a health potion, and he's standing right on the ward.
Yeah, he's still going to do it.
And, well,
yeah,
let's see what happens. And
Hori's just going to start his blue buff. Interesting.
Yeah. I think that if Hori was going to do a blue buff, he should have done Zex.
Yeah.
Because
now... This is risky for Aces. I think they might be dead.
Well,
Outlaw might be dead.
Outlaw is still level 1, and Hori actually is choosing to attack Wiggles instead.
Hori
will live. Maybe, yes, he will live.
Yeah, he's fine.
But he is forced to back.
Why do you box for so long? That was kind of... now he has to waste his teleport, right?
Yeah, it's not the worst, though, considering that Zekker did use his with the early gank in mid lane, so... Both of those teleports on cooldown fairly early into the game.
Oh, those homies is not the play. This is not the play.
Yeah, this is a very interesting play. Marble actually getting plucked into the wall. Does he not have... Okay, he does have the somersault.
He took forever to use that.
I actually thought he might have had the Sacred Monkey level instead of the somersault.
I was like, that's a mistake if he does.
Oh,
now Fireball?
He should be fine.
Yeah, he's fine. But, I don't know, those homies just seem like they're kind of all over. Even though they're ahead, they kind of seem like flustered.
Yeah,
I don't know why the...
This is a good play from Hori, though.
Yeah, the call to invade the speed buff, though, is like really risky.
He just got the littles there, but that's still really good for him, especially going for this Bumba's Mask.
In mid lane, though, that was a really interesting fight. Outlaw dashed in, took minion aggro, but Fireball decided he's not going to throw a set. Ooh, interesting.
See, I don't understand. Like, okay, so Hori saw that Wiggles was there. He was being very cautious, and then he just threw the cudgel out and hit Zekker and took a full wave of minion aggro.
Wow, that's an interesting play. Homies haven't played in a little while, obviously, with Hori. It's been like a week, so maybe Hori's just not into it right now, but
gave the first blood over to Zekker, which puts him, well, 300 gold ahead of Hori.
Yeah, but it should be calm from here on out, honestly.
Until the buffs respawn at the very least.
Yeah.
I would look for those homies to be being fairly aggressive around the Gold Fury once Mashy, Fireball, and Iceman are all level 5.
Yeah, they're still even in gold, which is really interesting. I wonder who's up.
Oh, if we look, Mashy's up about 100 or so on the Fafnir, and Hori actually with securing... Did he steal away the blue buff, actually?
Did he? I don't know. I can't tell.
I can't look at it. I'm trying to click.
No, the blue buff's still there.
Is it still available?
Yeah,
I guess that's just the elementals with the Bumba's Mask bonus gold. Hori is now only down about 100 gold.
That's good farm by Hori, honestly, but now he's taking a lot of hope.
Getting hit in the face with the boulder. He should be fine, but he's going to be forced to back.
Yeah,
and miss this entire wave.
Yeah, that
Does
really
tick level
sucks.
5. I wouldn't be surprised if he just used the Somersault Cloud to stay here and get the wave, but instead he's gonna stall his back, zone himself from the full wave worth of experience and gold, and on the left side, Heart QQ kills Iceman, Soul Ult's used, missed jump from the Fafnir player, and a bunch of missed Rama snipes.
My thing is like really glitched out right now. It says we're at 1/4 speed and then it puts us at 4 times. I'm gonna unsync and then I'm gonna sync back.
There you
Okay.
go.
I think I'm
No,
good now.
well, what did it is, like, I turned off the slow motion mid-slow motion, so it says 1/4 speed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I didn't see. Yeah, I didn't see that. So Rama snipes, missed. Who'd they kill?
They killed Iceman, and it was just a combination of Fafnir CC chain with the Raven locking down the Scotty.
Yeah, that's what's gonna suck. They need to take advantage of that a little bit more since Iceman still isn't at full boots. I think you could put out another gank on him again, honestly.
Yeah, and
Be
we were
pretty
talking about the
successful,
gold being
but-
fairly even, about 600 gold lead in favor of Team Aces, but the experience already exceeds 1,000 in favor of Team Aces, and you can see that on
Yeah.
Zekker primarily, who was 2 levels up just a second ago.
Zekker forcing him back there was actually really big. He did burn his teleport. Hori still does have his up, so if they want to force Gold
But
Fury,
Zekker does have boots 3, whereas Hori only has boots 2, so this is a very big power spike for Zekker, and forces Marblade to rotate over.
kind of taking some of his farm. Kind of sucks for Hori, but I think
I
Marblade's
mean,
also
splitting the
fine,
farm
yeah.
2 ways, though, is better than what happened to Hori last time he was left alone, where he just kind of got
Yeah.
forced back to base and missed the full wave worth of farm, so...
So in the solo lane matchup, who wins this matchup, and like, is there any like change or swing in the matchup?
This matchup's going about how you should expect it to go. This could change if Hori does elect to go for the Gladiator Shield. He could start to be able to trade a bit more efficiently, but with just how far ahead Zekker is, I don't see this matchup changing any. Like,
Yeah.
it should stay in the Hercules' favor the entire time. However, we do see him being ganked by the Hunbots, but he's just gonna
Yeah.
heal it all up.
Nothing gonna happen there. Marblade didn't use ult. I wonder like what he's just taking more from. I don't know. Horrify's just kind of he's gonna get more far behind. I guess they don't want a 3-man split mid, but I don't know.
I
Interesting.
mean, Horrify is only down about 350 to 400 gold. Once Hercules clears this wave, it'll be
Yeah.
about 400. He's not terribly far behind, but he is being forced back quite a bit, and that has part to do with the Bumba's Mask start not being able to get that many potions or a chalice at the start of the game.
Boxing match initiated on left. Scotty forced the ult. Robin with the rotation. I think Scotty's just dead.
Scotty's just dead. Lots of people in the
Yeah.
jungle from Team Aces in case that fight went poorly. 4 people on that side of the map, and they could actually look to pick off homies at this red buff area.
Like I said, just keep picking off Scotty. I think the Robin pick. I don't know. I still don't know about the Scotty pick, but they're gonna be initiating here on mid and do it as separated soul. Interesting.
They know that the purple buff's about to respawn because they invaded it the last time, so they're just trying to force those homies away from it so that they can cleanly invade the buff.
Yeah, they should know the red buff's also gonna come up soon. just
Marblade
by
does have the
time
Fear No
before.
Evil available.
I don't really think it's gonna do much though. He's just like, I don't know. He doesn't have enough damage just to kill someone 100-0. And looks like they're just gonna take both buffs for free. And Ace is just slowly going elite. Actually, oh, they're fighting.
Whoops. There's that Hunbot's ult, and Outlaw's in a questionable position. He's gonna die.
That's in. Outlaw way out of position there. Did he dash the wrong way?
He got his dash interrupted by the Fear No Evil, it looked like, and so he was just out of luck there. Now, the Raven coming back in from the side, Fafnir forced to deform out of the dragon. Overall, a 1-for-0 trade in favor of those homies.
Yeah, those homies are gonna look for their buffs, and they might look for gold after. We'll have to see. This is
They
a good
did
invade
use the
call.
Ganesh ultimate and
Oh, nice knock-up.
the Supernova
Wiggles
in that
forced
fight.
a bracer.
Marblade thankfully didn't get crippled by the Rama, but Zekker has made the rotation.
Mashies should be good since Zekker missed his 2. And Iceman looking to take the Oracles here. This is kind of risky for me. Actually, Mashies there. This will be interesting.
They should be able to get at least one of these, and they do split.
Yeah, split. Nice. But those homies again back in even in gold after being down the 800 or 600 you said, and Ace is kind of throwing away their lead little by little.
There still is about a 500 gold lead, so what was about a 1,000 gold
Oh, yeah,
lead
'cause
before that fight
They got their
is-
buffs. They got.
it's cut about in half, so...
Yeah, now Iceman looking for initiation on the left. The boxing match is going to him as of now. Iceman actually backing off. Ramo, the Outlaw's gonna, I don't know, Scotty all down? Oh!
That was questionable
Iceman,
to stay underneath
yeah.
the Rama the full time.
Iceman,
if he had put the ice down under the Rama and just walked away, I think that the Permafrost would have been enough to kill, but...
Good rotation also by Outlaw, just to ensure nothing goes wrong there.
Right, it could have been... Those homies do have vision of the Thoth there, so that could have forced the Scotty to stay forward, thinking that the Thoth was going to rotate in behind.
But, nothing really going on here. How do you feel about Hori going into this breastplate? It should be, right?
Yeah, that's more than likely a breastplate of Valor, and I think it's ultimately going to help him out quite a bit. Because Zekker's so far ahead, he's able to go for this Mystical Mail start builds, and well, he's going to be doing a lot more damage, but it does make you a bit squishier, so Hori going for this Breastplate of Valor gives himself quite a bit of cooldown reduction and some physical protection, about 75.
Oh, Humbat's also in mid, finding Outlaw. Nice combo there.
And what seems to be a clean disengage unless Fafnir can find a good stun.
Oh,
Another 1-for-0 pick onto this Thoth with Doom Orb.
Really good comboing there. They're focusing Outlaw so hard. I assume Outlaw didn't have beads. His beads are up now, but...
Yeah, they were still on cooldown from the fight in the left side with the buffs. Those beads are on 3-minute cooldown almost.
Really good timers there by homies. That was really good combo, showing synergy.
Yeah, and they're able to secure their buffs on the left-hand side as well.
Yeah, getting Outlaw behind with the Doom Orb is really big, honestly. I don't know.
Good thing about Doom Orb. It's very cost efficient for its power if you can stay alive, and well, even if you do start to fall behind and you have it, as long as you can stay alive for a little bit and get those stacks up to around 30, then it's still a very worthwhile item to have. Horrify being forced back after the boulder comes out. And they could look for an invade on this blue buff, which is spawning anytime now.
Yeah, their blue and speed are spawning, but also oracles are spawning in their buffs. I don't think they'll look for it. Maybe
Zekker does have this mystical mail finished, so he's got a huge boxing advantage over Horrify here, who only has the tier 2 breastplate, and just a bit of a quarrel over the wards as Wiggles ults in.
Yeah, Wiggles not being able to find anybody, just a clean disengage.
That was good zoning from Marble, throwing the monkey onto Outlaw, making him afraid to commit too hard.
Yeah. Marble's ult should be up soon, and Fireball's ult is also... I don't know about this Gold Fury call.
They more than likely want to bait in those homies with Zekker rotating over, hoping for a good plug.
Really good ice.
And Zekker is Hercules.
Fireball ult's the wrong target there.
That was a huge Thoth ult. Shredding Mashy and Fireball allowing Lado to find the hit. And Horrify is also going to die to Zekker.
I was just talking about their good synergy, and then Fireball...
I mean, that was very, very good recognition of your advantages. They dumped so much into the Hercules, who's level 13, who had his heal popped before then, and had the Bracer of Undoing, being level 13, having the second relic. Well, he was just able to heal all of that up. You saw he went from about 5% health all the way up to about 85, and nothing was able to happen.
Yeah, but if Fireball ulted him, he was dead, but that's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. Mashy electing to go for this first item, Shogun's Kasari.
How do you feel about that?
I think it's very strong with the grouping up that they want to do in the early game with the Soul and the Scotty. However, it's not a very protective item, only giving 50 magical protection, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So
how do you feel about like the Scotty build that everybody's going, like the Wing Blade? Even though they don't really have, the only slow they have is Wiggles, right?
They have a slow on the Fafnir hammer when he stuns somebody, the Rama Astral Arrows, and the Raven one. And I think it's good, not so much for the passive on the Winged Blade, but also for the health that it gives. Winged Blade giving 300 health. Kind of allows Scotty, with the movement speed and extra health, to maybe get out of some situations that she otherwise wouldn't be able to.
So, how do you feel about Heart QQ still going into this Vanguard? We haven't really been seeing many sports opting this lately.
I think it's pretty powerful, especially given the comp that he's fighting into. When we were watching the other games, when it was Fireball and he would go straight into the Gauntlet of Thebes that he's building now, and I think that Mark of the
Yeah.
Vanguard into the Gauntlet of Thebes is a very powerful combination.
Yeah.
With the amount of dots on the side of those homies with the Hunbot's ultimate, the Scotty Ice, and even the Soul Supernova, I think that it's a very powerful alternative to not having as many protections, as Fireball gets poked very low in the mid lane with no ultimates
Yeah.
needed.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of questionable why Fireball was positioned there. Now, Ace is going to be starting gold.
They do
should-
have the
Ice-
Fafnir ult available, but this is very
Ice-
clearly a bait.
Iceman is not going the right way, in my opinion. He is caught
Early
out.
purification might save him. Good Aegis to mitigate some of the damage. Outlaw's left
Yeah, he's
entirely alone at the back with Lado.
Yeah,
and
almost
he
dead.
should die.
Yeah, nice play by Marble. Marble.
Horify is here.
Oh, good boulder.
Good boulder
Really
catches
good
Marble,
boulder,
though.
Yeah.
Good soul
good
ultimate
solo.
shreds out Heart QQ as he transforms, though, and it's gonna be a disengage from Team
Oh,
Aces.
Wiggles may be dead. Wiggles is dead.
Yeah,
I think.
Wiggles
Yeah,
is going to
Wiggles
die,
is
and
dead.
this could be a Gold Fury attempt
is
from Team
really good.
Aces. Heart QQ shouldn't have his jump available, and he's going to fall. Horify is going to fall to Zekker, though, as, well, he's a Hercules. He's level 15, full Renault. He still has the Bracer available, and Zekker could single-handedly stop those homies from being able to go for the Gold Fury here.
Yeah, Fireball's out of mana. They're just gonna have to back off. and Zekker's gonna keep the chase on.
Did miss the pluck. If he had hit it there, that was probably a dead elephant.
Oh, I don't know, Iceman. This might not be the play. Zekker still has Bracer up.
Zekker
and-
did use his Bracer there, though, with the amount of damage that the Scotty was putting out, so...
Yeah. And looks like Zekker's gonna go for Oracles as the dual lane will also. Nope, Zekker's just gonna walk back. Oracles will go to homies, and that will be a win for them as they are now up 400 gold.
Yep, and the experience lead has also shifted back down from what it was to be 400 in favor of those homies. You can see this game's been pretty back and forth, but in general, the Team Aces have had the pace of the game, but those homies taking their first lead of the game.
What really went wrong last fight was, though, you just let Marble do whatever he wanted to Outlaw. And I just think they needed a tank in the back. Did Zekker come late? Was it a late rotation? Or
No, what had
Yeah,
happened
so-
is we had made the comment that Iceman was in a questionable position, and
Yeah.
indeed he was. Wiggles, Zekker, and Heart QQ were chasing after him with Lado in the sky, and Iceman was able to live. Meanwhile, Marble just went in the back and used his ultimate to pick off the Thoth.
Yeah, they needed somebody to peel for Outlaw. If that keeps happening, this is an easy win for homies, because with Outlaw dead, they're missing a lot of damage. And
Right.
Portal's going to be started
This
here.
is something that I was talking about. I'm not sure if it was on cast or during our break, but all three of the members from Team Aces, all three tanks, want to be in the front. None of
Yeah.
them really specialize in peeling that much, so they need to have Heart QQ just adapt to that after that last fight. You saw he tried to turn around, but it wasn't fast enough.
It was too late, yeah.
A big talking point, though, is this differential between Horify and Zekker. 700 gold right now, and 2 levels is pretty significant from the solo lane. Zekker finishing Height of the Urchin and Mystical Mail, whereas Horify is now going into a Gladiator Shield after a
Interesting.
Breastplate of Valor.
How do you feel about... I don't think it's good. I think that should be a first item, but how do you feel about that?
It's generally not that bad if you are even or ahead, because it just allows you to tank their Hunter, who does so much damage. The Hunter and the Assassin are the main sources of damage you have to worry about right now, especially with them keeping the Thoth down. But this late into the game, Thoth, he's getting penetration online already. You need to have some protection, or at least some health.
Yeah, the same thing happened to Puckham when we played them. He did not build magical defense third, and he just got one shot. And Lado with the cheeky play, getting a tower.
Horify will answer back in the right lane, though. And whiff from the Thoth ultimate, good fear no evil. He will fall, though, to the shots from Lado. Horify
Yeah.
did answer back in the right lane with the tier 1 tower, as this should just be a Gold Fury call from Team Aces picking off Marble.
Fireball kind of wastes his ult there trying to save Marble.
They do have
So
the
I
Ganesh
don't
ultimate
know.
available, though, so this might
Yeah,
be
they do.
troublesome. They might look for the fight here. Horify did teleport in. And
Yeah,
this
all
could be a
this is also
big
down.
fight for those homies. Ganesh ultimate caught 3 there, and Iceman kills off Heart QQ
Horify's
thanks to
dead.
the
I mean,
Ganesh passive.
Outlaws dead. Outlaws dead.
He
No,
is, yeah.
That was really good there.
And this could be a
recognizing all
Gold
the
Fury
ult-
attempt from those homies now.
Yeah, homies realized all of Ace's ults were down, and Just really good recognition, and now they're going to take gold, and this still push their lead unless Zekker has
Unless
something to answer
Zekker can
with.
get in there. He does not have the boulder available, and a good knockup from Horrify will stop any possible contention. They should not chase this, though. If they chase this, they're probably going to get turned on. Iceman does not have the same thought process that we do, though, as he forces out the Aegis from the Robin, and Robin does fall, but Iceman's going to more than likely fall himself, at least forced to use the Aegis.
Oh, dude, he's so fast.
Crit's coming out from Lado, forced to use the Purification. So.
Oh man, Lado got a little greedy there, kept chasing, and
I think that the reason Lado started chasing there is because he crit Fireball 2 times in a row.
Thinking he's shaky.
Horrify stole away the speed buff.
Horrify's really bounced back this game, honestly, from his pretty bad start. And now he's just doing something with
Horrify actually surpassing Zekker in gold. We were talking about before that fight, the 800 gold difference or so, and Horrify's now about 40 gold in the lead.
Yeah, now they're on Portal though.
This shouldn't go through. They should be able to stop this, and indeed they will.
Forcing out Fireball's beads early is interesting. She's dash now down, but down there on Portal.
However, they do know that there are no beads on Rama as well as the
Do Aces have no wards around here?
No, vision control is entirely in favor of red. If you look at the right side of the map, there are 2 blue wards, and they're both by the Gold Fury.
That's bad. They need a lot more wards. Homies, if there's one thing they specialize in, is warding, man.
Yeah, and
they
because
are
of
ward monsters.
Their vision and their objective control with the Ganesh, they are now 4,000 gold in the lead and almost 6,000 experience.
Yeah. No,
and that's very apparent with the Hunters if you look at the levels. Level 17 to, well, Lado just hitting level 15.
Even though Lado's probably played the best game on his team besides Zach, he's still behind, man. That really sucks. And Iceman kind of bullying him out here. Interesting.
Yeah. And this is all a result. You saw that they picked off Iceman 3 times before he finished off this Wingblade. Now finishing the Wingblade, he's got the extra health and movement speed, and, well, he hasn't died, able to finish off the Brawler's
speed. They're just gonna gank Lado, dude. Lado is dead if he pushes up.
He has no vision.
What's going on in mid? Hori? Hello? Hori? Hori's kind of being aggressive. Oh, Iceman soloed it. Oh my god.
That's that 3-level advantage coming into play. That huge penetration on the Scotty, level 18, having the ice, the piercing cold maxed out, and Calder almost maxed out as well. Actually, Calder might be maxed out at this point.
He's gonna get a tier 2 off of this, and they're gonna have to force it out in mid.
Those homies are forcing the fight to be happening in mid. Bit of a late shell from Mashi there after the final judgment comes through. Good Aegis from Fireball to get rid of the root, and good Soul ultimate with the Ganesh ultimate to pair it off. Horrify and Marblade combine to pick off Outlaw in the back as Wiggles falls as well. And Mashi, being the slippery elephant that he is, should get out here. And Heart QQ getting very greedy chasing after it.
I don't think he had a way out, though, to be honest. And
Heart QQ jumped over the wall after Mashi, though, so he could have jumped away. And Tier 1, Tier 2 and left, thanks to Iceman solo kill, and Tier 1 in the mid lane.
And probably Tier 2, and probably Zekker's life.
Zekker should live? No, he will die thanks to the Brawler's beat stick on the side of the Scotty.
Horrify was just getting bodied, and now he just came back and is doing some.
I think a very important thing about this is, as I was saying with the item selection from Horrify, is the amount of physical defense he has is great if the mage is shut down.
Which he is.
Outlaw being 0-5 is very shut down right now, and while Zekker and Wiggles, they were the primary proponents of this game, having all that physical defense, Horrify is able to survive, get into his ultimate more with the 30% cooldown reduction, and just be a nuisance in the backline.
So, we were talking about this before the game, though. We're talking about how Aces has a late game team comp, and do you see that if there's any way that they can rebound from this with Outlaw like so far behind at this point?
Definitely. If Outlaw can stay alive in 1 or 2 fights, this game can definitely turn back into their favor, especially with Outlaw being Thoth. One final judgment can turn the game, even being 10,000 gold behind like Aces are. This next Gold Fury could be the deciding factor of this game.
Yeah, that's the problem, though. Aces just haven't seemed to adapt that Hori and Marblade have just been allowed to dive Outlaw freely. And as you said, how are they can't really peel. You know, all their guys really want to be up there diving. So
They have the
I don't
hard
know.
CC on the Fafnir if he elects to use it to do so. However, there are also very aggressive applications of the Fafnir CC, especially in the Dragon form, shredding away protections. Could be used to look to pick off either the support or the solo laner if they are out of position. So, this ward control around the Gold Fury is now going to be in favor of Team Aces, as they also have the Oracles.
I want you to take a look at wards real quick and tell me if there's one thing you noticed that was really bad.
Well, they did have 2 sentry wards on the Gold Fury from Team Aces, and with the lack of wards being placed, having 2 in one spot is pretty detrimental for your team. This should drop this Gold Fury here, as those homies actually do manage to secure it somehow.
How did they get that?
Well, they get it, they force the Fafnir ults, and they're just going to leave with the Thoth ult being on cooldown unless they can find a
looks like
pick.
they want to fight. Looks like they want to engage here.
Good Ganesh ultimate catches 3, forces the sprint out. Marble is looking for a blink, and he might just find it, but looks like the call is to disengage.
They're going to go to Portal, it looks like. I want you to look at Outlaw, only having 3 wards placed compared to Fireball's 10. Horrified with 15. These guys are insane warders, man, and this just helps them out so much with map control and vision. And
I
don't
think
know,
that the
Aces-
wards are definitely something to pay attention to, but at the same time, Team Aces are so far behind, they can't afford to have 15 wards placed on anybody.
Yeah.
They can
Yeah.
afford, though, I think, to place a few more wards.
Yeah, and
Especially
Outlaw
sentry
needs more
wards.
3. Outlaw needs a lot more than 3 as a mid laner. And
I would
He's
argue
already
for that,
so
except
low
for the fact that
behind.
he is bottom net worth in the game at less
Is
than
he?
10,000. He's almost 1,000 gold behind his own support. And
yeah, we usually always kid around about Fireball being a really bad farmer, but this game Outlaw's just getting focused, and he just is not getting any farm. And Wiggle's also very far behind. Usually one of the leading proponents for his team's victories. Do you think he's comfortable on this Robin pick from what you've seen?
yeah, I definitely think he's comfortable on it. I just think that those homies did a good job of shutting it down in the early game. With,
Yeah.
specifically this Bumba's Mask on the Sun Wukong, forcing Wiggles to put a lot of attention onto Zekker's buffs.
Oh,
And
his ult's down now.
4 or 5 forced into the ultimate. Outlaw forced to use quite a bit of mana, though.
Yeah, RQQ also very low on mana. This is kind of Zekker has used ult, Horrify's also uses her ult, so really a wash there. And Homie's gonna be starting up the FG.
Horrified
How
does
does-
have quite a bit of cooldown reduction, though, and being level 20, he has a low cooldown on his ultimate as Marble blinks to the back, getting both relics out of Outlaw.
Yeah, that's really big, and now homies are going to continue this aggression. Horrified
Good
gonna be
Ganesh
zoning
ultimate as
too.
well, versus the Shell.
Yeah, and they're just going to be forced out, and they're going to go on FG. Outlaw still has his ults. This
Yeah,
is
and that is
big
something that
roll.
those homies need to be careful of, and I think that's why we don't see them start up the Fire Giant here.
Both his relics are down, though. Horrified can easily dive him if he finds him.
Horrified, however, does need to get back to base fairly soon, or at least ults, as his ultimate will be coming off cooldown fairly soon. And
Yeah.
has the Fire Giant been
Zekker
pulled? It
throwing
has.
his ult?
Zekker used his boulder. They don't have vision on the Fire Giant. Zekker just using his ultimate, trying to get the lucky steal.
Yeah, the vision again. Not having vision is really killing
Sprint
them.
popped
And
from
Lado,
Aces, trying to get out as the Shell, I believe, was popped from those homies, and Lado
it
falls.
was. And it just looks over, doesn't it? Like,
Yeah,
it's
at this
just-
point, 13,000 gold in the lead. That will soon excel to about 15,000 once this tier 2 has fallen. And, well, that's
You
what I
see
was
anything?
talking. This is
You
just...
see-
Here long enough.
They're able to punish this Hercules pick so heavily because both him and Robin have Bracer. And Hercules, being a god that relies on healing very heavily himself, the 3 Brawlers, Beatsticks, and Pestilence on the side of those homies really shutting down Zekker's impact and allowing Wiggles to die a lot more easily as well.
Yeah, that's really good building coming out. I mean, everybody talks about now, since there's Bracer, you have to build brawlers first, and there's a lot of brawlers on the side of homies, and
And a lot of good ways to apply it as well. The Cudgel Poke, the Fear No Evil, and, well, the Scotty Ice are all very good ways to apply it. And if we look, though, Outlaw did finish Rod of Tahuti and does have those 50 Doom Orb stacks online. I
Yeah.
was saying if there was a way for them to get back into this game, it was going to be for Outlaw to stay alive. And, well, he's sitting on quite a bit of power right now, though not that much penetration.
Now, if you were on Aces, the game's not looking too good, but actually a fight could be breaking out here in mid.
Zeker should be fine here, though he is going to be forced to more than likely use his bracer, which he is forced to do. It's a pretty significant win for those homies, considering that Zeker was just out of position.
Oh, I don't know about Hard popping his ult here.
He needed to get the coerce off here. They need to defend this Phoenix. If this Phoenix falls, the rest of their base will soon follow.
Yeah.
Phoenix does fall.
Yeah.
Wiggles being zoned out by the Wukong clone, and the Fireball taking some very risky pathing as he's pinged out by his own team, saying,
See now,
don't do that again.
Now that Aces are so far behind him, especially Wiggles is so far behind, he's just unable to do anything against this Robin pick because he can't stick to Scotty anymore. That she has Aegis and Wingblade and the Scotty Ice as well. And Wiggles is essentially useless because he can't do anything to Soul as well.
Yeah, this is some good adaptation though from Iceman, recognizing that they are diving the carries very hard. So he upgrades both of his relics before finishing his build, making sure that he has the Aegis and the beats on off cooldown. And
good push.
Good combo from Zeker, forces the beads out of Fireball Ninja, but the Phoenix still falls, as does Marble and Lado.
Fireball so low. He got Thoth ulted.
Yeah, Thoth ult does come through. Unfortunately, not enough to one-shot as Horrify gets pushed into the base. He still has his ultimate and his bracer though, so I don't see him falling here.
Yeah.
Unless he gets greedy. He does use his bracer.
Like this is just a wash and a win for those homies on it. They may have lost more Marble, but they got 2 Phoenixes at this point. It looks like they want to go for a third.
Horrify ulting to get his decoy in there to tank it, but the decoy doesn't want to do anything of that.
The decoy is just not smart.
The decoy is the true troll here. It's Outlaw's getting dove once again. Good stun will keep Outlaw alive as Zeker should die. Yeah, Zeker's dead.
Yeah,
he couldn't afford to walk through the Ganesh ultimate without dying as the third and final Phoenix does fall. Horrify's forced to back off, and I feel like those homies are going to back off, go for the Portal Demon, and then ward up for the Fire Giant.
I mean, obviously some of these players have some animosity, so wanting to play it safe, kind of understandable. Now, I was going to ask you for those Phoenixes. It looks pretty over for Aces. What would you change going into the next game? Any picks, maybe some game plan,
I
strategy?
think that the start needs to change. Those homies were very ready for the start, unable to get anything out of Zeker, and well, the Bumbo's Mask start onto Horrify allowed him to do his buff very quickly, preventing the potential invade from coming out.
Yeah. Very smart, honestly. And Aces, I'm surprised they have an F6. There's no real way back into this. Wiggles just can't do much, and looking at player damage here, Wiggles does have 19k, but he just can't convert that into any kills.
Right. He does have more than both of his carries.
Yeah, he does.
Well, I think that's the problem that we're seeing here is the Raven that's been a non-factor this game has 5,000 more than his mid laner and 2,000 more than his ADC. Both of these characters should be shredding. Outlaw needs penetration though in order to do so.
Yeah, Outlaw usually has top damage on his team most of the time with the stop pick, and I was expecting to see a lot out of him in this game, but he just didn't come to show up, it seems, but hopefully he comes back.
This is the risk of running the team composition that you do with Team Aces, is you run so much late game and not that much pressure in your lanes. If you get behind in the start, your team comp also isn't that good from behind with the Raven jungle.
Yeah.
So
Ashy and Iceman really abuse that dual lane.
yes.
They love Ganesh. I'm surprised it wasn't banned, honestly.
I don't see the Ganesh making it through past game 1 here.
You don't think so?
No, I definitely think that that's something that Team Aces need to adjust in the future, and Zeker getting picked off, just that. Good start from Outlaw, but even better, Ganesh ultimate forces the Aegis out of Outlaw, and he's got one last final judgment to use here, hitting, who was that, Iceman, but only half healthing him.
Yeah, good game.
And that's that extra health from the Winged Blade coming through. Iceman would have been much lower if he didn't have it.
Yeah, Homies just really was winning the game throughout all, maybe like for the first 5 to 10 minutes.
They were down for about the first 15 minutes almost, but...
Really?
Yeah,
it
wasn't that significant of a lead though in favor of Team Aces. It was primarily on Zeker over Horrify. And, well, if we look at the end lobby stats here, you can see biggest difference is, well, the wards. But aside from that, you can see the player damage just across the board was higher, except for the solo lane where the
Which is
mystical mail.
understandable, because Zek was just fat out of his mind at the start.
And he
Or
had
he
the
did
mystical
recover
mail.
very well.
The
And
mystical mail
Wiggle's
also.
also doing more than Marble. Very surprising, actually, since
I
Marble
don't know. I
was...
mean, Marble was really only taking part in the fights to kill Outlaw, and then he would get out because
Yeah,
the Rama would do quite a bit of damage to him, but he was getting his job done, so that's all that he needed
yeah.
to do.
That's all you have to do is get your job done, right? So, I guess we'll be going into game 2 now.